This is Laika Maravilla, a registered psychometrician, a trying hard educator, motivational speaker, and author, and it's time for us to share stories, insights, and lessons as we keep trying hard to be better together. What are your what-ifs? And is it even good for you to think about them? Yan ang pag-uusapan natin in this new Trying Hard podcast episode. Alright, now medyo matagal-tagal na rin naman since nagsimula yung series ng Marvel na Marvel's What Ifs. And this podcast episode is a little bit inspired by that. Pero hindi naman to unique na experience. A lot of us look through our lives thinking, ano ba yung dapat kong ginawa? Or minsan titinan din natin kung ano yung dapat kong gawin. Ano ba yung mga what ifs ninyo sa buhay? Now, looking back in my life, meron din akong a number of what ifs. But I have learned to manage itong mga thoughts na ito, knowing that there's limitation din sa pwede nating gawin if we always sit around and think about what could have happened. And so, I'm going to share my experience sa episode na yan. And when it comes to your what ifs, ito yung una kong masasabi. The question would be, maganda ba siya or masama? Now, what I would say is that it's good to a certain extent if you're talking about or thinking about options. If you're exploring options for current or future choices, it's actually a great idea to think about what ifs. As in, what if I make this decision, ano kaya mangyayari? What if this happens? Ano ba? What if I quit my job? Do I have enough for an emergency fund? What if I do this? Ano kaya yung pwedeng mangyari? No? Again, no, it's good to a certain extent if you're thinking about future decisions or present decisions. Going through that exercise, looking at the scenarios, looking at the factors, the possibilities, the risks, can give us more insight into ano yung mga posibleng mangyari, and at that, make us wiser when it comes to making that decision. Makikita natin how real the situation is, magkano ba talaga ang kailangan ko to make sure that if I move out, I have enough resources to last me para hindi naman ako kailangang hurriedly bumalik uli. Like all of these things we think about when we explore our what-ifs. But, bakit ko sinabi na to a certain extent? Kasi minsan, looking through all the scenarios then, looking at all the what-ifs, minsan we feel paralyzed. Kasi ang daming pwedeng mangyari. Ang daming mga factors na wala sa ating control. And if we only stay dun sa possibility ng lahat ng change will bring about a certain risk or may magbabago kaya masasaktan ka, mahihirapan ka, wala nang mangyayari sa atin. No? Let me give you an example. If ang what if natin is, what if I start a business? Diba? What if I quit my job and start a business? Now, if you go through all possible scenarios, kasama dyan yung nag-quit ka ng job mo, tapos nag-start ka ng business pero hindi siya kumikita. That is a valid scenario. Pero, if you start to make calculations na parang, okay, profitable naman siya kasi nagsimula ako ng first, sabihin natin, batch na pre-order ng aking product. Everything sold well naman. Yung projection ko, conservatively, medyo first few months, baka medyo delikado, pero kung tuloy-tuloy naman to magiging okay din. Then that could be a calculated risk. But to eliminate the risk of things falling apart or kung may mga hindi mangyayari, I don't think mangyayari yan sa buong buhay natin. No? Doon na nga pumapasok or nagka-come into play yung idea ng faith. We believe that even if there are risks, even if there are outside factors, God is still in control. Or if you don't believe in God, fate, as in tadhana, is still in control. And it's a huge lesson na I think natutunan natin itong past few years because no one really saw the pandemic coming. Di ba? Hindi natin na-expect na ganito yung mangyayari, that people would be trapped in their houses. Now we would have to go through this with our loved ones and even, again, lose loved ones because of it. And if anyone calculated that risk, edi wala na sanang gumalaw sa atin. So you have to really think about our what-ifs as a way to form an informed decision. Pero hindi siya dapat maging dahilan for us not to make a decision at all. No? So eliminate natin yung fear dun sa equation na yon. Now, the next thing na I would say would be, okay, good siya if you're looking at future or present decisions. Kailan naman siya bad? Now, I would say that it's bad to a certain extent then. If you are dwelling on things and comparing things that could have happened, na wala ka naman ding assurance na mangyayari nga talaga, and then comparing that with your current situation. Now, what do I mean by that? Some people think of what ifs as, okay, what if I ended up with this person, diba? Instead of the one I married right now. And then sometimes, ang nangyayari, which is, this is a sad reality, they dwell on that thought. Na parang, mas okay itong person na to kasi sa kung sino yung kasama ko ngayon. So now they start to fall in love with the idea that they made a mistake in the past, things would have been better if they only stuck to their guns, and they lose the opportunity to build a future with the life that they currently have, with the person that they currently are in a relationship with. Nagiging mas masakit to look back at isipin yung what if kung kino-compare lang natin siya dun sa ideal na picture natin sa kanya. Now, bakit ganon? We have to understand that as human beings, meron tayong, konting bias when it comes to our dreams. Unless you are a bit of a pessimist like I am, no? Although hindi naman ako pessimist, I would say I'm a realist, no? Pero there are people na kapag nag-iisip sila ng what if nila, sobrang ideal ng sitwasyon. Naku, kung kinuha ko lang tong job opportunity na yan, siguro milyonaryo na ako ngayon. Siguro promoted na ako. Siguro this or that. Without thinking about the possible factors that could have affected that timeline. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Oo, siguro kung tinanggap mo yung job position na yan, baka sumweldo ka ng maigi the first few weeks. Pero if alam mo naman in your heart that it's soul-crushing kasi hindi mo naman passion yun, hindi mo naman purpose yun, illegal naman yung activity na yun, hindi mo rin mararating yung sinasabi mo na magiging mas masaya ka kasi mas mayaman ka kasi mas marami kang pera kasi hindi kaya ng iyong values or ng iyong standards. Masasaktan ka rin kasi yung soul mo will die in your heart kasi alam mong mali yung ginagawa mo. So again, ihalo natin or isama natin lahat ng possible factors. Let's be as grounded in realism as possible when we look through our what ifs in the past. Ask ourselves, how real is this projection? Totoo ba na yun yung mangyayari o may mga things din I can control that could corrupt yung possibility na yun? Kasi with each what if comes a new set of problems that maybe you don't have right now. Diba? And the thing is, with us being interrelated, diba, sa isa't isa, affecting each other in the way that we turn out to be, possible din na hindi lang yung sarili mong magbabago, but yung mga people around you. Someone who is your best friend right now would have been maybe a rival, a bitter rival kung yun yung naging decision mo. When we change the timeline, we change the entire thing. So hindi ganun kadali to think that your what if is better than what you have right now. Now, what do we do then pagdating sa what if? Ganun na lang ba yun? Na parang, kasi tapos na yan, mag-move on na tayo agad. Hindi naman, kasi sayang naman din yung mga makukuha natin doon. But I will talk about what we need to think about then. Kung sabi ko nga kanina, it's good to a certain extent kung it's about current and future decisions. It's bad kung about the past, kung mahahamper ka or kung masyado mo compare mo. Ano nga gagawin natin sa what if ngayon? I have 3 tips for you and pag-uusapan natin yan right after the break.
Siya yung bumibili ng planner, taon-taon kasi New Year, New You. Oo. Pero hindi niya naman sinusulatan. Kasi daw pangit yung sulat niya, sayang yung papel. Tapos minsan, January, okay pa, sinusulatan niya, ginagamit niya. February, okay pa. Tapos susunod niyang bubuksan, September na. Ganun ka rin ba? Ako rin kasi, kaya nga gumawa ko ng sarili kong planner. Ito ang planner na para sa mga try-hard, kagaya ko. At dahil hindi nakakahiya maging trying hard, mas nakakahiya to not try at all, nilagay na natin sa cover mismo. This planner is undated, kaya pwede mo simulan gamitin kahit kailan. At kung makakalimutan gamitin pwede mong gamitin ulit. Walang masasayang na papel. But I should warn you, this planner is not for everyone. Parang yung podcast natin. Others may look at it and say it's too much or it's too messy. Pero I made these choices para hindi kayo mahiyang gamitin. This is the kind of planner you can use and abuse. Aside from the monthly spread, weekly spread, at yung task list, meron din siyang mga activity sheets that you can use sa inyong journey sa personal development. At kung ready ka na bumili para sa'yo o para panregalo, you can go to bit.ly/tryinghardplanner. And for the first 100 orders hanggang November 30, I will also include a dedication kung gusto nyo lang naman. You just let us know dun sa notes kung kaninong pangalan ang isusulat. Now, I always tell you to dream big, work hard, and start now. This planner right here is actually one of my big dreams, so thank you all for making it come true.
Okay, now, ano na yung kailangan natin gawin sa what if then? How do we use this as a tool instead of it using us or it being our cage dahil wala na tayong magawa kaiisip ng what if? Now, the first thing I would say would be for you to know as much as you can and know then na you can't know everything. Now, what do I mean by that? When we look at looking at what ifs as in mga pwede kong gawin or decisions na I'm going to make in the future, napakahalaga that we have all the information that we need to make a good decision. So, hindi enough na, okay, sinabi kasi ito ng nanay ko or sinabi kasi ito ng best friend ko. Hindi. You have to do our own research. If your mom tells you, oh, dito ka mag-work sa company to kasi maganda. Maganda if you also look for other people who have experience dun sa company na yon. Tingnan mo rin yung industry standard. Tingnan mo rin yung mga practices nila, yung vision nila, nag-a-align ba talaga with you? Kasi that way, when we make our what-ifs, when we make our scenarios, when we run through the possibilities, mas accurate siya dun sa mga posible talagang mangyari. Instead of us looking at things through rose-colored glasses, sabihin na natin, yung parang may bias tayo sa lahat, mas maganda if we have as much information as possible. Now, the second tip would be this. You need to be honest with yourself. Now, I say that adding this little bit ng karugtong, which is we need to be as objective as possible. We need to take ourselves and our emotions out of the situation. Kasi if we start piling on yung pagiging emotional natin, hindi natin makikita, no? Or mabubulagan tayo dun sa feelings. Dun sa sitwasyon, hindi natin maintindihan. We will explain things away even if it's not good for us. Ganun talaga eh. That's how we do things. So what do we need to do? We need to be honest with ourselves. Ano ang choice ko dito? Ano ang faculty ko dito? Ano ang dahilan kung bakit gustong-gusto kong piliin itong option A? Even if my what-ifs, all the scenarios I ran says na hindi ito viable option. Now, if you say, I choose option A because I feel it in my guts or na I feel for this person, if we're talking about suitors, for example, no? Then you just need to be honest with yourself. Yeah, mas practical choice si B and C, pero I feel a certain connection with A. Like, you could say that. You could be as honest as possible. Now, why do we need to do that? Para pag nasa future na tayo, or yung sinasabi natin, yung present natin ay yung future dati, looking back, hindi rin tayo magre-regret. Kasi, mapapanindigan natin yun kasi pinag-desisyon na natin yun. Okay? So again, be honest with yourself. We all have biases. And the moment that we deny na meron tayong bias, the moment na naging very obvious or blatant yung pagkakaroon natin ng bias. So, whether biased ka o hindi, whether may preference ka kahit mababaw yung dahilan o hindi, or it's just a feeling, just say it. It's better to be honest. And now, the third thing is to learn and let go. It may seem like two different steps, no? Pero pinagsama ko siya sa isa, specifically kasi you can't have one without the other, without either of them being too bad for you. Sometimes when we want to learn things, we can't let go. And I'm saying that because I'm kind of that person. No, I tend to geek out. Kaya nga talagang I can own that title, yung geek. If I'm interested in something, I would spend hours poring over text, poring over any material I could find para matutunan ko yung topic na yon. If may gusto kong hobby, I would buy materials, I would study, I would try it for hours then. And when we do that, tas hindi tayo nagle-let go, ang problema, we get so fixated. Nagiging single-minded tayo masyado. Nagiging single-minded na narrow-minded pa. And when it comes to looking at what-ifs, hindi pwedeng ganun. We have to look at everything. And so, kailangan nating mag-let go. Now, mahirap din when we let go and we don't choose to learn. And again, there are people who are like that. Parang, tapos na yan, it's in the past, hayaan mo na. Pero natuto ka ba? Did you learn from that possibility? Did you learn from a decision that you made in the past na nagkamali ka? Kasi kung nag-let go ka pero hindi ka natuto, you're bound to encounter the same problem in the future and you're bound to make the same mistake again. So again, number 3, you have to learn and let go.
Siya yung bumibili ng planner taon-taon kasi New Year, New You. Oo. Pero hindi niya naman sinusulatan. Pala yun. Kasi daw pangit yung sulat niya, sayang yung papel. Tapos minsan, January, okay pa. Sinusulatan niya, ginagamit niya. February, okay pa. Tapos susunod niyang bubuksan, September na. Ganun ka rin ba? Ako rin kasi, kaya nga gumawa ko ng sarili kong planner. Ito ang planner na para sa mga try-hard, kagaya ko. At dahil hindi nakakahiya maging trying hard, mas nakakahiya to not try at all, nilagay na natin sa cover mismo. This planner is undated, kaya pwede mo simulan gamitin kahit kailan. At kung makakalimutan gamitin pwede mong gamitin ulit. Walang masasayang na papel. But I should warn you, this planner is not for everyone. Parang yung podcast natin. Others may look at it and say it's too much or it's too messy. Pero I made these choices para hindi kayo mahiyang gamitin. This is the kind of planner you can use and abuse. Aside from the monthly spread, weekly spread, at yung task list, meron din siyang mga activity sheets that you can use sa inyong journey sa personal development. At kung ready ka na bumili para sa'yo o para panregalo, you can go to bit.ly/tryinghardplanner. And for the first 100 orders hanggang November 30, I will also include a dedication. Kung gusto nyo lang naman. You just let us know dun sa notes kung kaninong pangalan ang isusulat. Now, I always tell you to dream big, work hard, and start now. This planner right here is actually one of my big dreams, so thank you all for making it.
You know, when I was younger, nasa Sunday school kasi ako, no? Sunday school kid ako eh. And you know how the story goes if you were raised Christian, yung story ng Israelites coming out of Egypt. There's something that bugged me about that story when I was young. Kasi our teachers would always teach it like this. Di ba, pinalaya nga yung mga Israelita sa Egypt. So now they are wandering sa promised land. And every time they would have difficulties, much like what we have sometimes in our lives, no? Yung parang masyadong mainit, masyadong mahirap, or sa case nila, wala namang meat dito, wala namang food, wala namang water, they would grumble. The word used there is grumble. They would grumble and complain. And hindi lang sila basta nagko-complain, they would say something like this: buti pa sa Egypt. Diba? What if, diba? Parang classic talagang line yun eh. Buti pa sa Egypt, kahit na slave ako, nakakakain kami ng masarap. Diba? Nakakakain kami. Kahit na alam naman nila na, again, the situations really different din. At least, diba? Ibig sabihin, a lot of people would say, malaya. At least malaya ka ngayon. Walang humahagupit sa'yo kapag hindi ka nakakota ng straw or brick or whatever. Pero people would always say that, na parang, pero mas mabuti naman yung buhay ko sa Egypt, mas masarap yung buhay ko dati. And when our teachers would talk about this Bible story, they would always say, the Israelites weren't contented sa kanilang sitwasyon. They didn't feel grateful na kaalis sila sa Egypt. And yun yung key takeaway kadalasan dun sa part na yun ng story. And when I was young, medyo nainis ako sa mga Israelita. Sabi ko, bakit naman ganyan sila, no? Nakalimutan nila agad na nakalaya sila from slavery. But when I grew older, I realized something. And if there's one thing that you will take away from this episode, kahit ito lang, okay na sa akin, it's the fact that we don't see what we have. A lot of times, we don't see what we have. We laugh at yung mga matatanda na hinahanap yung salamin nila, tapos nasa ulo pala nila, di ba? Or nasa kamay pala nila. Pero it's true for all of us, regardless of our age. We don't see and appreciate what we have right now. We keep looking to, okay, kung ganito sana, dapat ganito na. Or kung ganito, dapat ganyan. If I chose this, it would have been different. But we don't see what we have. And when we compare what we have to the worst possibility, pagdating sa mga what-ifs natin sa buhay, you would always find a little bit of comfort in knowing that this was where we're always supposed to be naman. Now, I know hindi absolute yun. A lot of people are in difficult situations right now, lalo na ngayon. But when you know in your heart that even if mahirap ngayon, it was your decision, it was an informed decision, God let you make that decision, in many times God led you to make that decision, then maybe it's time to stop grumbling. Maybe it's time to start recognizing what we have right now. Because marami sa pagkakataon sa buhay natin, what we have is far greater than what could have been. So yung kaka-what if natin, hindi naman masama yan. Again, ang importante dito is knowing the purpose, knowing the extent, knowing yung limitation ng kapangyarihan ng what if. May it be things that we learn from, things that we let go, and things that we apply in the future. May it make us more wise, may it make us more open and flexible then, knowing that even if we knew everything we knew now, at ibabalik tayo in our past, we would probably have made the same decisions. We grow over time. And so to take back everything we learned in our past would bring us back to where we started in the first place. Iba-iba yung mga theories when it comes to timelines, when it comes to time travel. You could watch yung mga different na mga movies or series about that. But the idea usually is the same. We have the power to make certain choices in our lives. And that could start right now, not in the past. Okay? So I hope kahit paano you had a bit of encouragement from this episode. Medyo malalim lang yung hugot, mas mabigat ng konti yung lesson, but I'm hoping na you're still picking up things from this. If you don't want to miss anything or new episodes, we have more things to talk about. Don't forget to follow this podcast. And again, don't forget to check out din yung ating ibang content sa ating TikTok. Yes, may TikTok na Trying Hard. It's called Trying Hard Podcast on TikTok. Yung mga super cuts natin, throwbacks at iba pa. And if you want to share something that you learned, or if gusto nyo magpapayo or anything like that, you can use the hashtag Trying Hard with Laika para mahanap namin ang inyong mga posts sa social media. Thank you guys, and salamat for keeping us on the charts pagdating sa Spotify at Apple Podcast. I'm really grateful for that. And as we always say sa podcast na ito, dream big, work hard, start now, and don't be afraid to be called Trying Hard. I'll talk to you next time.